Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. My name is Bob Brown, and joining me today is my colleague from HB Zerto, Anthony Dutra. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to be diving into some of the latest advancements in protecting your data and disaster recovery. We'll explore strategies designed to strengthen your digital defenses and ensure your critical workloads are safeguarded against any threat. So let's get started. Let me start off with a quick introduction of myself and TierPoint. So I'm Bob Brown, and I'm a lead solutions engineer with TierPoint, and I focus on disaster recovery and backup solutions. TierPoint operates over 40 data centers across the United States, and all of those are going to be interconnected with fiber speeds of up to 100 gigabits per second. And all of our data centers also have connectivity to all of the hyperscale cloud providers with a very low latency. When thinking about data protection, geographic diversity is going to be a key factor to ensure that you're protected from any localized natural weather events and that you're meeting any compliance or insurance requirements. So beyond the data centers, what all does TierPoint do? And our focus is really to work with our customers to help them meet their IT and business goals with our flexible and secure solutions. Whether you're focused on disaster recovery, data protection, or running critical workloads in the cloud, we have solutions that are designed to support that environment, from multi-tenant and hosted private clouds to AWS and Azure. If you're running IBM Power or mainframes, we provide both production and DR services for those platforms as well. And we also integrate our security services into any of our managed solutions. And our teams also offer consulting and planning support, including business impact analysis, things like that, to strengthen your DR strategies. I'm sure everyone's aware of the constant cyber threats that are out there and causing everyone issues. Having a multi-layered cybersecurity solution is going to be critical in securing your environment from ransomware. Modern data resilience plans need to be able to protect you from a number of different issues, and the protection needs to happen on different levels. Having the properly configured and updated security elements like firewalls, IDS, IPS, endpoint protection, proper network access controls, and employee training are the front line to preventing ransomware from getting into your environment. Having this solid security infrastructure in place can help you stop ransomware from getting into your environment. But we all know the bad actors out there keep finding ways to access your data. Because of this, we also need to have a reactive phase in case or when we get hit by ransomware. Ensuring that your backups are encrypted and running on immutable storage, having an offsite copy of that data, and then also having a proven and tested DR program in place will allow you to recover quickly in the event of a ransomware attack. And when ransomware does affect your environment, having the proper tools like SIM and source systems will help you be able to determine what happened and respond or remediate as quickly as possible. We're seeing a lot of the traditional security models breaking down right now with the increase in cyber events for a number of reasons. First off, there's a large number of open security roles across enterprises right now, and we just don't have enough experienced people to fill those roles. Security teams are getting overloaded, having to triage the overwhelming number of threat reports that are being generated by their current tool sets. Because of this, it's taking weeks to detect actual breaches in their environment. This is where TierPoint's Adapt MDR solution can help your organizations. To help our customers secure their environments and have a deeper view into what is happening, TierPoints has released our Adapt Managed Detection and Response Solution, or MDR, which is a fully managed service operated by our SOC team. This is going to further help our customers protect their environments. Adapt is a fully managed security platform that provides 24/7, 365 monitoring response, AI ML based threat detection, proactive threat hunting, alert triage and contextualization, and automated containment capabilities. It ingests telemetry from your endpoints, cloud, network, Microsoft 365, and email, giving a single unified view of your security posture. We're going to manage and integrate multiple security functions through Adapt, including the MDR, antivirus, endpoint protection, next-gen firewall, zero trust multi-factor authentication. So threats are detected and addressed quickly, so your defenses are constantly improved. We automate response actions through our integrated SOAR workflows, while SOC team delivers real-time dashboards and reporting in a single portal. And the service continually improves itself through a combination of human tuning and proprietary threat intelligence. And when needed, our SOC analysts provide hands-on remediation and recovery, moving from detection to response to restoration, so that the threats are quickly contained and operations are brought back online. So now let's talk about what happens if ransomware does get into your environment or if there is some type of a natural disaster. Minimizing downtime is going to be critical for all of our customers, and their businesses can no longer rely on the extended downtimes to recover from traditional backups. They need a solution that can recover their environment quickly and have it back up and running with little to no interruption to their business. TierPoint has partnered with HPE Zerto to provide an industry-leading DR solution for our customers to ensure their data is protected, and in the event of a disaster, it will be restored and up and running quickly. As you can see here, all of our solutions are built on enterprise-class hardware. The disaster recovery targets can be one of TierPoint's multi-tenant cloud pods, a host of private cloud solution, or we can utilize a public cloud target like AWS or Azure. We're going to work with you to determine which of these solutions would be the best fit for your particular environment. One of the key elements of Zerto is the ability to detect potential ransomware in your data. Using the real-time encryption detection in Zerto 10, TierPoint will alert you of potential ransomware in the data being replicated, and Anthony's going to get into more detail around that shortly. Our solution is going to provide an industry-leading SLA-backed recovery time of 10 VMs recovered every 15 minutes, and this SLA is going to ensure that your environment will be back up and operating as quickly as possible. The service we provide is subscription-based and includes all of the Zerto licensing, compute requirements for the environment, target storage based upon the journal sizing, replication bandwidth, and we have two options for management. We offer a self-managed option for customers who want to manage their recoveries internally, and a fully managed option where TierPoint personnel will take care of the recovery for you, and your IT teams can focus on getting the production environment back up and running. Lastly, one of the biggest things to not forget about is testing. Testing is going to be a key component of any successful disaster recovery program. Testing at least annually allows you to be sure that you're protected against any potential disaster and ensures that if you are hit with a ransomware attack, you can recover quickly. All the DR solutions at TierPoint include annual testing to ensure that your environment is properly protected, and after testing, you're going to receive an attestation of that test that can be provided to your auditors as proof of the successful test. When you pick a partner for your DR solution, you want to make sure you're choosing the right partner. TierPoint has worked closely with HPE for many years and has been the Managed Service Partner of the Year for the last 5 years, and we've helped many companies in various industries with their solution. IMS Integration, or IMSI, is an all virtual fintech company that seeks to bring efficiencies to financial institutions across the United States. Their solutions offer automated ways for clients to assist their customers with opening online accounts, checking balances, updating information, paying loans, and more. The core functionality of their offerings requires reliable uptime and state of the art security measures. IMSI knew they needed a security solution that could keep the businesses running and resilient. They needed a partner that they could mitigate risks from the incoming cyber threats that offered security, resilience, and ultimately were looking for a partner that they could trust, had the technical knowledge and depth to be able to support them. After evaluating 10 to 12 potential partners, IMSI ultimately chose TierPoint because they would be able to get the production environment, failover environment, security services, and disaster recovery services taken care of by one vendor. IMSI would also be able to run environments geographically distinct locations, reducing the risks associated with potential natural disasters. If you'd like to learn more about TierPoint's Adapt Security portfolio and disaster recovery solutions powered by HPE Zerto, you can visit us on the web at www.tierpoint.com. You'll be able to review our products and services, and we'll be able to chat with one of our solutions advisors online. You can also call us at 877-859-8437. And when you reach out, we'll connect you with one of our experts to discuss your company's business requirements and the different services that we can offer and share some industry trends that we're seeing across TierPoint. They'll also work with you to set up next steps to ensure that we can help you achieve your goals. And now I'm going to pass it over to Anthony from Zerto. Thank you.
All right, and thank you very much, Bob. Hi, everybody. My name's Anthony Dutra, Technical Marketing Engineer at HPE, and I'm excited to share more about how HPE Zerto software can help you attain that uninterrupted business. Start my presentation off today really supporting much of what Bob has already spoken about from a customer challenge perspective. I think one of the most alarming statistics that you see on the screen there is the fact that 1.5 million on average it cost just last year for an organization to recover from a ransomware attack. So you know if you are going down, it is going to impact your bottom line, and it is not easy to recover from. Metrics like the cost of downtime are so important to organizations both large and small. What is that total dollar impact value for us to not only have to react to what just happened from a cyber attack perspective, but now all the resources that it's going to take to bring everything back online operationally efficiently? Is exactly what HPE Zerto software has been designed to solve for. Whether it's mitigating those cyber attacks or just natural disasters, or maybe even looking to migrate or recover into a public cloud environment, this software gives you the ability to do so. Really what we've been delivering here at HPE Zerto Software since 2011. The ability to minimize downtime and data loss, leveraging what we call continuous data protection. So, very quick intro. Zerto operates at the software layer, so it operates at the hypervisor, and the underlying infrastructure does not matter, what that is. What we offer for your virtual machines is the ability to quickly rewind back and forth in the event of an attack, basically to a granular point in time before that attack even took place. All of this is automated and orchestrated for you. So when you do click the failover button, failover back, and you are recovering from an attack, it is orchestrated and you are very much hands off from a recovery perspective. Really about being able to deliver that availability continuously from edge to cloud, whether it's in terms of disaster recovery, having to get you back online as quick as possible, doing so in a cyber resilient format. And I'll dive in a little bit deeper because HPE Zerto software can do some inline encryption detection as it's doing its replication. And it helps notify you in terms of a point to recover from, and it's multi-cloud mobility. So you can see some of the vendors down there that's supported from the HP Zerto software perspective, and I'll dive into that in a little bit more detail. But it is a sort of multi-cloud platform, and this is why organizations like TierPoint use it very much so for their disaster recovery solution to it a bit already, but as you can imagine from a DR standpoint, when you're using your this continuous data protection with HPE Zerto, you don't want to replicate to just one site. With this Zerto software, you can replicate to multiple sites, similarly to what TierPoint is doing for as a service, right? They're leveraging the HPE Zerto technology to replicate your data, not only to maybe their own private site, but to maybe another site in order to ensure that redundancy and keep that DR as active as possible so that when the event of something does happen, they can roll back very, very quickly to a point in time. And they have these many different sort of fan out or fan in avenues to replicate and recover from. This is why it's so important to partner with an organization or managed service provider like TierPoint so you have that benefit of that continuous data protection as a foundation, but then they build on top of it a really nice white glove service that makes you feel in control in case something does happen, right? You don't have to necessarily be there to push the buttons and make sure everything recovers and to where uh, you just reach out to your team at TerraPoint themselves, and you understand that the underlying software protecting your applications is going to get you that recoverability that you need quickly and efficiently. And I kind of want to show that why, right? So why are organizations like TerraPoint really relying on HPE Zerto software to be that DRAS solution for mission critical applications, both for large organizations and small ones? Comes back to is just Zerto's uniqueness in the ability for it to get the application back online as quickly as possible. Now, you still should be taking daily backups of your data. You still should be leveraging storage replication and snapshotting features within your storage arrays today. But doesn't matter. The limitation of those technologies in themselves, how they're designed, don't necessarily get you the RPOs, the points in time that you need to recover from, the loss of data that you need most of the time, and the RTOs, how quickly you can get back up from that older copy without the dollar impact being significant. And this is really where, time and time again, HPE Zerto software has excelled. Arts is just our application centric approach to protecting the virtual machines. As I mentioned previously, right, we operate at the hypervisor layer. So Zerto only cares about virtual machines itself. And what it does is you tell Zerto, hey, these virtual machines, I need you to put them in what's called a virtual protection group or VPG and make sure that wherever you're replicating them to, second after second, they are grouped together and with the consistent right order fidelity across all of those virtual machines, we are able to deliver consistent restore points so that if anything happens within those any one of those VMs inside of that VPG, we can bring them all back online at that specific point in time, right? Doesn't matter if it's 20 seconds or 15 seconds before the attack happened. You have that level of granularity with HP Zerto at the hypervisor and at the VM level to roll back to this unique journal that allows for that granularity. It's Zerto's journal that is, sort of proprietary in is designed to how Zerto operates, but it's what allows for this granularity of rollback, almost like a DVR functionality. It could be seconds to when an event occurred because how we're replicating instead of just doing like specific copies at points in time. So this, with Zerto technology in itself, the ability to roll back is very, very granular, and you're able to respond a lot quicker in the event of something happening. Canning, we're also looking out for things that are suspicious. So, in particular, encryption sort of rates, if they tend to spike. What you see here is, as Zerto replicates, it's taking all these different checkpoints, very 5 second points in time, and if it sees something suspicious, it'll tag it within the stream for somebody to investigate. Recovery from an automated automation and orchestration standpoint, hands off. That's what makes Zerto special. You see an attack happen, you select which virtual machines or which VPG you want to recover. You select what point in time you want to recover from, and you start the failover test pretty much immediately. We've seen customers, again, both large and small, here in particular, a large insurance organization, take recoverability from days down to hours just using the HP Zerto software. Proven so at scale for just some of the staggering numbers that you see on screen here. Uh, Thousands of virtual machines with absolute seconds of recovery points to be able to recover from, and getting those organizations back online literally within moments before an attack happened. So it's the gold standard in disaster recovery performance, and it's why it is the backbone of a lot of good DRAS solutions today. All right. So, if you want to learn more, I would definitely suggest heading over to hpe.com/Zerto. There you'll learn more about the Zerto software in itself, even take a test drive of the solution in a hands-on lab, and even learn more about the other data protection products from HPE. I would also jump on over to the TierPoint page, talk to a data protection specialist with them, and really dive into more about what the DRAS solution they provide and get a good hands on as to what exactly that is in more detail. Okay. And on behalf of myself here at HPE and Bob over at TierPoint, I thank you very, very much for taking the time to listen to our presentation today.